So, hello, brothers and sisters. I'm gonna share a message which God gave me, and it's this is a big warning for like America. It's not only about America, but it is big. It's very does call out America at a big scale, and it's basically in Leviticus 20, and basically here. I remember when I was taking these notes, I actually lost the paper which I took the notes on, but I came back and found the verses, and it just God just revealed to me again. You know, I should make a video about this, and basically, there are various laws that the Lord said to Moses, and He told Moses to tell them to the assembly of Israel, and it is because He is God and He is holy. This is why God told them about these laws. And holy means set apart as well. So basically, it says, do not turn to idols or make metal gods for yourselves. I am the Lord your God. And it lists a lot of things, but some things which, you know, like some things which really stood out to me were when you reap was one of the, I think it was number 13, verse 13 here. Leviticus 20, verse 13, and it says, if a man has sexual relations with a man as one does with a woman, both of them have done what is detestable. They are put to death. Their blood will be on their own heads. The part which stood out was not the they put to death part, like that part wasn't what stood out, but it was the previous parts which stood out before that. And it was really just the fact that God has told me, my heart and my spirit, that people think that it's okay to be gay and have sexual relations with a man, and the Bible condones it. And that spirit, that's the spirit of deceit, and it's actually basically put this in me. My spirit. I actually found this verse, by the way. I was not looking at it. I was not looking for it. I just found it whilst reading Leviticus 20. Coincidence, I think not. But yeah, he really just pointed this out to me. If a man has sexual relationships with a man, like the Bible does not condone it. It actually detests against it. And so people go around lying and making excuses, saying that the Bible condones these kinds of things, and it actually doesn't. And yeah, and that's what really what really stood out to me about this. And another one was how, you know, obviously, you know, observe the Sabbath, that here's a reference for my sanctuary. That part, that also stood for me, like, you know, people kind of slipping out of the law and making excuses that, oh, that's the Old Testament kind of things and we shouldn't be observing that because we're not Jews. But the thing is, God is God. He's been God since the Old Testament to the New Testament. Nothing's changed about him, and he still wants us to observe the Sabbaths. And like, it is the Old Testament, but that doesn't change the fact that we shouldn't do it. And the other one was verse 29, which is before verse 30, and that's a prostitute of the land will turn into prostitution, be filled with wickedness. It is, yeah. Do not degrade your daughter by making her a prostitute, or the land will turn to prostitution, be filled with wickedness. That's another thing for America. Like, I feel like fathers and people just in general just, you know, condone immoral kind of prostitution prostitution behavior, and they allow it, and they just, you know, let their kids do this or condone their friends to do this, and this is what God has called out to me. This is the reason why America is so full of prostitution, because people are condoning it and just letting it happen, and then no one is calling out these people for what they're doing. Obviously, some people, like their friends, are calling them out, but overall, the people who actually help govern their lives, they're not helping these people, and so the land has become wicked and prostitutional, and has had like copious amounts of prostitution because of this, like, filled with it. So that's another thing that God told me about it, like just put my spirit about that. And also the lack of respect as well for elders as well, towards elders, of how most people in society, like, they're not showing respect to the elders. Like, we should respect, like, this the culture and beliefs upheld, they all come against these laws, and these laws, like, they're very serious. God takes them very seriously. It's not even a joke. And so that is why he called me to make this video too, as a warning, as you must obey him and obey what his commandments are, because he doesn't joke. He doesn't take these things lightly, and when God doesn't take something lightly, then usually isn't a happy ending or good consequences for such things. And it's a very serious, like, people are deceiving, and you must check with the word of God. And a lot of people, they will find verses, God's told me that people will find verses which prove their arguments that, again, contradict what the Bible is actually teaching. And these verses don't necessarily, they don't come against what they're saying, they just prove their arguments, and it is manipulative, and it is wickedness. God has told me it is wicked, evil, it is witchcraft, there's evil spirits associated with that. Like, you should not be manipulating the word of God to fit whatever. Like, the word of God should not be manipulated at all. Regardless, they should not be manipulated. It is very wicked to do that. So there's, it's just not looking, it's really, it's not looking good in God's eyes, what the society has been doing and what they're promoting. And and also, there's just this, Leviticus itself is a really good book, which is really like, starting from Leviticus 18, Leviticus is a really good book for this society, for the society we need to, like, repent off of, and just things which, it's a really good book to read on. It will help guide people who are just kind of lost and not really sure, like, what the Bible kind of has to say about some questions. It's a really good book. So if anyone wants to read that, definitely go read it. Read Leviticus 18 or 15. Leviticus is just a really good book for this kind of stuff, but I just came across it, and not today, a while ago, and I couldn't help but to have found this verse. It was crazy. But so check out Leviticus. I'm pretty sure it has a couple of things in here that you can read and might find something. And let's see.